Hello, my friends. Just gonna move this real quick. Alright guys, so definitely on track as far as the prediction today. That was I mean, if you were prepared for it, that was an awesome drop. I mean, I had what is this? I just had my computer repaired, so I couldn't find my screen capture. I had to take a screenshot. That's a 1200. I hope you can see it. Yeah, you probably can't see it. 1265% gain in one of my positions overnight. So definitely sold all that as planned right here at the Princess of Cups, which is an opportunity within a decline to open up long positions. And then you can see push, push, push. Right about 11 o'clock, right in here, we visit the we visit a crest, and then we're going to revisit that crest. But as of right now, what we did is we poked. It looks like it was pretty narrow, but okay. So we had a big move higher, right? The opportunity at the open, move kind of like upward, but with some you know, back and forth, but on the way up, and then a big push higher, the Aeon card, right? And then we had the Art card, which is basically here, right? All the way up, back down, right to where it started, right? And then we have the Sorrow card. So it looks like probably we have so 1, 2, 3, and down we go. But here's the thing. The next card is going to be the adjustment card. That's a big move higher. Generally speaking, it's when we're oversold. We are coming up on the 1 minute chart. We're getting closer to the oversold part of the RSI. And so the next hour we should have a big push, and that's the opportunity where I'm going to get in. Yeah, I'm likely gonna get in. I'm gonna buy some puts. It looks like around 110, give or take maybe 5 minutes, in the midst of a rally. I guess when we look at the 1 month, we've got the Valor card. We bump up against resistance. But like I said yesterday, when I was talking about some updated monthly overview stuff, is that I saw a decline. So we would have a day moving up, but it would be from a substantial gap down. I mean, those were my words yesterday, guys. And boom, there we go. So that's why I held overnight. My puts, sold those. If you follow along with what I've been talking about, then you would have purchased some calls at the open as well. And what I'm looking to do is sell calls. See, this is the Sun card, and it's the last day of storm. We're exiting the influence of Mercury retrograde completely, right? So I see continued decline when we look into March. Got 3-month lows, right? And when we look at the 1-year overview, we have strength out of a significant failure. There's political turmoil at the beginning of the month. You can see we're now going into there's a world war brewing, and actually as of yesterday, which made the market drop, we had a 800 point drop on the Dow in the pre-market, just because Russia basically invaded. As far as what the news says, Russia invaded. Wow. I can't think of the name. Well, World War with Russia. Oh, and the Ukraine. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I got a ton of friends from Ukraine. But in any case, guys, so that's what's going on. That's why there was a big drop. Political turmoil right here on the 1-year spread. It looks like there's definitely there's a definite sharp decline here. Looks like probably a year's low, and you can see from the highs, guys, there's a sharp decline to an important support level. And another thing, my matter of fact, so we have the pleasure card here indicating the low for the year, right? And we also have, when we look at the month, the pleasure card is next month, right? It's the theme of March. So I'm going to say that early March we have a definitive bottom. We push higher in April, especially early April. So, but as far as like going into March, there's definite volatility as we move out of February into March. The strength card implies that there's a significant decline, because the strength card is a move higher out of a significant decline, like a notable move higher. And then we have from the high for the month, we have a sharp decline. So as well as more volatility. Look at that drop, guys. These lines are the sections of Mercury retrograde. And if you didn't see the video yesterday, guys, the pattern is Mercury's going this way through the sky, now it's going backwards, now it's going forward again, and it's through the same area of the sky. It's moving forward as it did in the first section. So you can see that there's kind of like a pattern here. There's a kind of like an up, down, up but not as high, down, lower, right? You got an up but not as high, down, low. In the same, they mirror each other, guys. And then within reason, this does the inverse. But you have to take into consideration that the weekends don't line up symmetrical on here. They're not congruent on both charts, so that can kind of skew the pattern. But the overall pattern you can see right there. Boom. And then we're out of retrograde, and things will, as of today, sorry, this is the day that it changes, but generally speaking, what you see is a reversal for the day, a temporary reversal or a pause in whatever direction we were going into when we hit these pivot points. You can see, look, down, right? And then the day of, it was up, and then we're down, right? And then here, we're going down, day up, of, it was up, and then we go down again, right? And then this pivot point, we're going up, down, right? And then the day after, up again, because it's like a temporary pause in whatever the trend was, right? And then we got it again here. Boom. Right? So today is the day. It's the pivot point. It's a temporary pause. So what does that mean tomorrow will be? Right? If we look at the one day for tomorrow, failure card, my friends. Failure card. Big deal, guys. And then we also have a correlation to today's low on tomorrow's preview card, which means tomorrow's got a lower low than today. And the other thing I think is interesting to point out here. Where is it? Today's low card has a correlation. Hermes. My puppy's still learning not to bark, guys. Sorry. So today's low, right? The correlator card for today's low, it doesn't have a correspondence really, or it does, but its cross card doesn't. But it has a correspondence to tomorrow's high, which indicates that likely we're going to have tomorrow's high be today's low, which means we're going much lower, guys. All right. So what I'm looking for right now, guys, on this 1 minute chart is I'm looking for a big push higher. Starting roughly around 1 o'clock-ish. Maybe a little sooner, we'll see. It's possible we haven't actually completed the sorrow card yet. It could be like one. Actually, it could be like this could be the art card, and this could have been the end of. We'll see. Based on where this goes in the next few minutes, we'll be able to determine. And then there'll be a big push. The big push will either start now, is what I'm saying, or we haven't seen the big drop yet, and then there's a big drop at the end of a third poke through. In that case, it would be roughly around here, and this would be the third poke. Then we'd have a big drop. If that doesn't take place and we just go higher from here, I'd say that this was the sorrow card, but my sense is we shall have to see, my friends. But what I'm looking for is this adjustment card. This adjustment card, big push to the upside, and I'm gonna buy puts into that push higher. Yeah, I'm thinking we probably have a sharper low to go, guys. Yeah, I think we go lower before there's a big push higher. That big push higher is then followed by we revisit a low, a support level. That was a good opportunity at the end of the day, and then out of that decline there's a big push to the upside, as well as the universal says to me that we have a sharp decline or a gap tomorrow. So I'm looking for that. Here we go, guys. This is probably, we shall see. I'm gonna come back in a few minutes, and we'll see where we're at. If we're in the midst of the push higher, then I'll be buying puts into that with the intent to sell them tomorrow, roughly around probably the end of the day. We have the Fool card there, which is a trade correlation to the low. We have the low at the end of the day and a correlator to yesterday's low. Yeah, I'm gonna go with probably the end of the day. I'd be selling those, so I'll likely buy like March 3rds or something like that. We'll see. With that said, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Just be prepared, guys. There's more drop to come. Tomorrow's a down day, so utilize this as an opportunity, a brief opportunity to protect yourself or to take advantage of the drop, forthcoming drop. So be careful getting in, but don't overdo it. I would what I do. I'm not a financial advisor like certified here anymore, but what I do is I'll put in when we're talking about short positions or puts. I'll put in a conservative amount, because that conservative amount is most likely going to do really well. But the probability, statistically, is for them to lose money. So why risk it, even though you're most likely going to do well? Because there's probably a moment in there where it'll look like you're not going to. You'll get scared and sell out at the wrong moment. That's what they try to do. That's basically what the computers do. And there's actually a section in the Tarot for Traders book that's coming out on with the new moon this month, on the 3rd. There's a section in there about trading against the high frequency trading computer algorithms. Basically, that's a nice way of saying that we're trading against artificial intelligence with computer learning ability, and it's designed with the intent to manipulate human emotions on a mass scale. Boom. So understanding that, then what do? How do you trade against that? It's constantly evolving. Well, first thing is you don't trade like the masses are trading. You have to be right in cases where everybody else is wrong. So pick them, don't follow along, pick them wisely. And that's a lot easier to do, guys, when you're utilizing Eso-Meta analysis. I mean, you don't even need to utilize it if you're trading the S&P 500. I do this every single day for free. Why not, right? And so, you got to understand you can't play by their rules. If you want to make money, you can't play by their rules anymore, because the rules are designed against you, especially if you're the little guy. It's just how it is. You play long enough, the house wins, right? Except if there's that one opportunity when you bet big, and then you take the house. But it's not an everyday opportunity, it's the right opportunity. You gotta be poised by doing the right thing, not hoping that every opportunity will be like that. Do the right thing, and that opportunity will come to you. It will present itself to you because you followed the correct path. You did the right thing. You didn't succumb to your emotions. Oh, this is the one. You know what I mean? And because of that, you end up with the result, the surprise result. Don't bank on it, allow it to happen. And that's manifestation, my friends. Allowing it to happen, not like banking on it to happen. It will take care of itself for you. That is a state of grace, and it is no different when trading the stock market as any other time, any other place, any other wavelength. Right? State of grace affects all things. You just gotta allow. It's the state of allowing. All you gotta do is follow the golden rule, and if you don't know what that is, that's doing the right thing, treating other people the way you want to be treated. That's the golden rule, and they don't call it the golden rule for nothing, my friends. It's crazy. People don't understand these things because they never bother to take the time to explore them. So in any case, guys, this could, if we go up one more poke here, this could be the sorrow card right here. It's possible because we're still within the 12 o'clock hour-ish, right? And this could be one poke, two pokes, three, likely it would have to be like here, right? I'm thinking. Right, 1, 2, if we have one more poke through that level, it's a possibility that we set ourselves up for a sharp decline, but there is a big push to the upside. Remember, we're range bound here, and for whatever reason, when I was doing this reading, I connected these cards together. Who knows what the impression was at the time, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that this is the upper end of a range. We hit it here, we hit it likely here somewhere. We may bump up against it one more time, but I'm not banking on that third time. What I'm looking for is this big push to the upside, and in this big push to the upside, I'll be buying puts. And that, my friends, is, that looks like a range bound area here, so this could really be it here. Alright guys, I'll be back in a bit. Just in a little while. I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back on as things progress when I'm about to, around the time that I place these, buy these puts. Alright guys, I'll see you, and sell some calls. I'll see you all later.